120. Use. Got it. Yes. And starting away.
Let's go!
I don't know why I like it when he says that.
Hey, yo, what is up, guys? It is your boy LuigiStriker here, back with another video, and today you'll be finally getting to see the long-awaited top 10 favorite Mario games list. But I won't be doing this list alone, though. No. I decided to make this list interesting and make it not just my favorite top of 10 Mario games, but me and my good online friend MarioHCF's favorite Mario games.
Hello, I am MarioHCF. Me and Luigi have a serious love for Mario games, but both of us have many Mario games we haven't played before, and it made it a challenge to come up with a list we were both happy with. There was also one entry where Luigi had a big love for a certain Mario game, but since I didn't play it, I don't have an interest for it.
That is only one game though, and you'll see later what that is. Remember, this is our opinion, and you are welcome to share your favorite Mario games in the comments below, and if we see anyone making fun of any other list,
you will have a word with me.
Anyways, without further ado, let's go into our top 10 favorite Mario games of all time. Number 10, Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. The 2D Mario games over the years have been a really enjoyable experience, and this game is a great add to the series. This game includes both New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U, and it makes it super easy to play which one you want. It does reuse the same Koopa fights, but the level designs are done very well and are pretty suitable for 4 players. I really love how you can take your time and explore around the stages and the game has to offer and potentially go above and beyond and get star coins. New Super Luigi U is a great challenge for more skilled Mario players, and it goes at a fast pace, which is a nice change of pace. The power-ups in this game are so much fun to use. They introduced the acorns to it, and I have so much fun gliding around the stages and then using the little hop to get to places a lot easier. Then the P acorn is also great, being able to do the jump boost forever, and power-ups like the fire flower, ice flower, invincibility star, mini mushroom, peach egg crown, helicopter mushroom, and the penguin suit are all nice ones too. So really like what this game has to offer, and it's a Mario game that I had so much fun playing with my college friends like later on in 2021. What do you have to say about this game, Mario?
Personally, this is one of my favorite 2D Mario games when it was introduced back in 2012. Ever since it got released onto the Switch, it got a lot better. First of all, you get to play 2 different journeys all in one game. New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U, which gives you the option to either play a slower yet longer game with multiple people, or to play a much faster paced game with different physics. Not to mention the incorporation of Toadette and the Crown power-up, which allows people who are less skilled to be able to play the game without much worry for a challenge. All in all, you get a great remake of a game that was created back in 2012, so I will be able to get a little bit of nostalgia when trying to 100% the game.
Number 9, Super Mario Sunshine. Mario Sunshine was definitely an interesting experience for me. I did have a hard time in some areas, like the stupid boat thing with Yoshi, which leads to the annoying raccoon lily pad level. No, I hate that level. But besides that, getting to explore the vastness of this tropical paradise Mario was visiting was such a fun experience. They implemented FLUDD so incredibly well in this game, and I can't tell you how much I enjoyed rocketing myself upwards when I got that ability. The boss fights are done incredibly well too. My favorite was definitely fighting Bowser Jr. when you were riding that roller coaster. The coaster guy that I am literally was giggling at that. The bonus stages are a good challenge as well, and that music absolutely hits so hard. It's so good at the bonus stage levels. If you really want to be a completionist, this game gives you the challenge of getting all of those blue coins. It's a nice collecting challenge to try to get all those 120 shines. Of course, I can't forget to mention that this game had voice acting. I really liked how Nintendo branched out to try something new for one of their games. The story of the game also was very intriguing, with Mario getting arrested since he was getting framed by Bowser Jr. I love how the reason Bowser Jr. is helping Bowser capture Peach is because they want Peach to be their mom. You actually kind of feel bad for Bowser and Bowser Jr. afterwards, which I never thought would happen after you beat Bowser, like in the boss fight at the end of the game. Great level designs, good challenges, and an interesting story to back up. Very solid. What do you have to say about this game, Mario?
Although I have not yet completed this game, I found my time playing Mario Sunshine meaningful and worth playing again. Instead of having power-ups in the game, you have FLUDD, who is a multi-purpose water pack that can make you spray water, hover, rocket, or skate across water, which is something very unique and interesting that has never been incorporated into any other 3D Mario game before. On top of that, the controls are easy to learn and gives us quite a challenge because most Mario games do not want levels to be a pushover, am I right? I also get a vibe of Super Mario 64 when it comes to the kinds of levels that need to be completed. For example, the floodless levels and the red coin challenges are something that takes me back, and while they can be very challenging, it can still be very thrilling to play these kinds of levels.
Number 8, Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story. Now this game seriously takes me back to the old days. Bowser's Inside Story is a masterpiece of Mario storytelling. It is just such an interesting concept of Mario and Luigi being sucked into Bowser's body and having to do many interesting things in his body. And I also love that in Bowser's body, it does an incredible job of making enemies that would actually seem like it would be a problem in his body and make little stages in his body where you could do certain tasks to help him out. Did I forget to mention how hilarious Bowser is in this? And I also can't forget how this game shows Mario and Luigi being the truest of brothers to one another. And it would be a crime if I didn't talk about Fawful. Fawful is an incredible villain that the final fight in this game of Dark Bowser that is by far one of the greatest Mario fights of all time, and perfectly implementing the Bowser fight and Mario and Luigi fights so well. And lastly, the music in that fight and the whole game in general was absolutely incredible, showing Yoko Shimura's skill of Mario soundtracks. She is such a talented person, amazing storytelling that kept me hooked the whole time, great characters, insanely good music, and definitely the best Mario and Luigi game. What are your thoughts, Mario?
This was, for me, the first Mario and Luigi game that I ever played through, which is why I found my time playing it very memorable. Like every single Mario and Luigi game, the first boss was, of course, Bowser, where he eventually gets beaten by Mario while the game shows us the controls and how to battle. This, for me, was the only close to boring part of the game. After that, the rest of the game becomes very unique when Mario and Luigi are sucked into Bowser's body via a vacuum mushroom given to Bowser by Fawful. Let me tell you, Fawful is one of my favorite villains. The music theme that plays when he shows up is baller, and his motivation to have unlimited power drives his very annoying personality. On a side note, every time I hear his voice, I get the urge to punch him square in the face, which I eventually got when Bowser fights against him near the end of the game. But I digress. There are no power-ups in this game, but there are special attacks, and not the Pokemon kind. Bowser, Mario, and Luigi have different special attacks that almost seem like you're playing a mini game while fighting a boss. My favorites being the Falling Star and Mighty Meteor for Mario and Luigi, and the Broggy Bonker for Bowser. While Mario and Luigi do not spend most of the game dealing with problems inside Bowser's body, you do also get a chance to escape outside of his body to explore the rest of the world. On the other hand, Bowser always seems to be the one who explores the rest of the world while encountering many problems that he has to punch his way through or have assistance from Mario and Luigi. Overall, the experience and long venture of playing this game makes for a great game to feature on this list. Number 7. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Okay, I want to be the one to talk about this first, Luigi. Easily one of my favorite Mario games out there, mainly because of the nostalgia it brings. Fun fact, this is actually the first Mario game that I got for the Wii, and even though I was bad at it, I enjoyed being able to chill with my brothers and father to play through this game. I personally love the introduction of 2 new power-ups, the Propeller Mushroom and the Penguin Suit, which are 2 power-ups that are simply the best in any Mario game out there. I also liked how they incorporated all of the Koopalings from the old games and made them bosses for each castle. I don't mean to digress, but Mario Bros. Wii was that game for me that I was never able to beat because I always struggled at some early part of the game, specifically World 2's Big Castle. But eventually, once I beat it, I was able to fly through the rest of the game easily. Let me know if this has ever happened to you, by the way. Back on track, the music in this game is pretty banger and catchy, especially both types of boss music. I also liked how they remade some of the music from New Super Mario Bros. DS. The 9th world, after you get all the star coins across the main game, was also very interesting and fun to play with some of the most memorable hard levels out there. The Penguin Suit level where you have to scale to the top of an ice level, and the Propeller Suit level with the bouncy clouds of fuzzies were my favorites. The last thing I have to mention about this game is the final boss. I love how they used Kamek's magic to make Bowser big, and you have to scale through some platforms over lava to save Peach. It was the first time they incorporated this kind of gimmick into any Mario game, and I always enjoyed the thrill of being chased by Giant Bowser, only for him to eventually get drained into a pool of lava. I always loved the nostalgia of playing this game over and over again, and I would still play it even to this day.
I totally agree with a lot of what you said. This game has such iconic levels that I always love to revisit, music that just gets stuck in your head, and it is incredibly enjoyable for the players tagging along with you. Definitely some of my favorite memories of this game was when I played it back with Paul and Max. Paul would just keep dying as Luigi over and over and over again, and Max would just be laughing at his rage. Like Mario said, that propeller mushroom suit is seriously one heck of a fun power-up to use, and no doubt the best 2D Mario game to come out, and most nostalgic for me.
Number 6, Mario Kart Wii. Sorry, Luigi, I gotta take the reins on this one too. What's with these games being one of the first games that I've played in my childhood? Besides New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Mario Kart Wii was my go-to game to play on weekends when I was allowed to play video games. Most people can dock points on the game because it has motion controls, but for me, I actually preferred motion controls when I was playing the game because it made me feel like I was driving a car. All of the tracks in the game were not relatively hard, but at the same time, they weren't the easiest, which made the game more fun to play with family. On top of that, the music on most of the tracks was memorable to the point where I could listen to this for a few hours while playing the actual game. Many of the tracks have amazing music, including Coconut Mall, Delfino Square, and Wario's Gold Mine. The battle modes, Coin Battle and Balloon Battle, were pretty amazing too, with many of the maps being throwbacks to previous consoles, as well as their own music that becomes very catchy when you play Battle as much as I did. I would rate this game 9 out of 10 if you were seeking for a quick game to play with your friends and or family in the same room.
I don't think there is much I can add on to what he said. This game is a soft spot for me because it was the first ever Mario game I have played, and man, what a way to introduce me to this franchise. This game seriously has the most iconic Mario Kart tracks out there. Coconut Mall, Maple Treeway, Koopa Cave, Grumble Volcano, Mushroom Gorge, Toad's Factory, Bowser's Castle, Rainbow Road, New Highway, Wario's Gold Mine, and DK Summit are all incredible Wii courses. Even got some sweet retro tracks to boot. The character selection in this game is massive, and I always remember using maybe Luigi riding the Blue Falcon because I loved being a badass little baby strolling in the Blue Falcon. But the battle mode is tons of fun. Music, we don't even have to talk about how good it is, and this is definitely a Wii game to remember. However, it is not our favorite Mario Kart game. Number 5, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If Nintendo's deciding to add another 48 courses on this game that already has 48 courses, you know that is saying something. This Mario Kart game was one heck of an addition to the Mario Kart franchise, and it really shows. They really implemented the anti-gravity thing so ingeniously well. One of my favorite courses that implements the anti-gravity the best is by far the F-Zero stages. This game also introduces a plethora of great new stages like Water Park, Sweet Sweet Canyon, Toad Harbor, Shy Guy Falls, Sunshine Airport, Electrodrome, Mount Wario, Bowser's Castle, Rainbow Road, Dragon Driftway, Mute City, Hyrule Circuit, and Big Blue. All the courses are so visually appealing to the eye and with just so many incredible amounts of detail in them. Even flipping donut planes has some good detail in it, for crying out loud. One thing about this Mario Kart game that I absolutely love compared to all the others is the controls. The controls are not janky in the slightest, and I never really have any problems with them. Just like all these Mario games, you can't go wrong with the soundtrack in it, because it's so incredible in this game. I also can't tell you how much fun I've had doing the online races for MarioHCF and fans of the channel. So many great memories with that, and I couldn't ask for a better Mario Kart game to have brought all those memories. So many courses to race on, a game that creates so many incredible memories of others and looks so incredibly polished. I'm sure it'll be hard for you to add on to to all that, Mario.
Mario Kart Wii may have had some throwbacks and nostalgia for old maps, but Mario Kart 8 easily tops this. Not only do we have new maps that introduce the gimmick of racing on walls or upside down, but it also introduces DLC maps that have to be paid for on the Wii U version, which is great because it saves us a lot of money on roughly 16 more maps. Not only this, but the new power-ups such as the Boomerang Flower, Piranha Plant, Super Horn, and Crazy 8 make the game a lot more fun, especially since there's finally a way to counter that stupid Spiny Shell while in first place. The Deluxe version also introduces different battle modes like Bob-omb Blast or Renegade Roundup, along with old battle modes like Balloon Battle or Coin Runners that are understandably fun as hell, especially online with friends. Speaking of online, it is always fun to play with a group of people, and it is entertaining when you play competitively online, which is something that the Deluxe version has over the Wii U version. I also love how you can also hold 2 items in any game mode. This way you can item smuggle or hold an item that could be useful for later in the race. If Mario Kart Wii was a 9 out of 10, then this game would definitely be a 12 out of 10, so it is definitely worth the $60 spent. Number 4, Super Mario Odyssey. This is the one game we talked about earlier that I never played, so you won't hear anything from me on this one. Take it away, Luigi.
Oh man, what an incredibly well done Mario game. I am shocked Mario doesn't show much interest in this game at all. The open world areas are absolutely stunning and take all your breath away. Nintendo seriously went all out with the visuals in this game, not to mention how much there is to do. The game does an outstanding job progressing through each of the kingdoms, giving you a good chunk of stuff to do in them, besides Cloud and Rudin Kingdom. Some kingdoms that really stand out to me are Fossil, Lake, Wooded, Metro, Seaside, Bowser's, and Moon Kingdom. Definitely by far the best moment in this game is the band festival, and the main theme for this game is definitely one of Nintendo's best pieces ever, and it's performed by flipping Pauline of all people. Proves how much she is a better girl for Mario since Peach only gives him cakes. Limo. Anyways, the game gives you so much during the main game and after game too. There are way too many power moves, but those are for people who want to go above and beyond, like me. Cappy has also done incredibly well in the challenge stages in the game, do a great job using Cappy, and the challenge stages without him are done well too. Probably one of my favorite transformations would be the frying pan, bro. I can't tell you how much fun it is to chuck infinite frying pans at enemies. And then, like most of these Mario games, Nintendo decides to give us one hell of a hard challenge at the end, known as Darker Side. Always love me a good old Mario challenge to give me an aneurysm. Absolutely love it that there's so much to do and explore in this game, and even Luigi's Balloon Race is a nice little thing you could do on the side as well. Overall, an insane start to introducing to the Switch, and a game that will forever be one of my favorite Mario games. Mario seriously needs to play this game. Number 3, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. It may come to a surprise that we decided to put this game above Mario Odyssey. If you have seen how many videos I've done of this game on the channel, you would see why. And holy crap, Nintendo seriously improved so well from 3D Land. The stages are some of the most enjoyable times I've ever had playing them, especially with real life and online friends. The cat suit is by far one of the greatest power-ups of all time, and the other power-ups in this game are also really good. The music perfectly matches the stages that they go of, and one of my favorites has to be Double Cherry Pass, an incredible, delightful tune that I always bop my head to. The game is such a spectacle to look at too. I legit have nothing wrong of how any of the stages look, and some, like the ones in World Star, have gorgeous backgrounds. I love how the Switch version of this game allowed online play, because I had mammoth amount of good times with my online friends playing this game, and made so many great memories. I also have to mention how much I love how you can play as Rosalina in this game. Respect for the Space Queen, oh yeah! Then, like so many Mario games, Champions World is one hell of a challenge, and me and my online friends decided to try to do a powerless, and man, that took a while. And I haven't even talked about Bowser's Fury yet. Mario hasn't played Bowser's Fury, and unlike Mario Odyssey, I seriously recommend this man to play it because it is a super enjoyable experience and doesn't even take a whole day to do. It only took me 6 hours to do after all. Nintendo somehow made a game that gave me the vibe of 3D World, Odyssey, and Sunshine. Having to team up with Bowser Jr. to help his data was definitely an interesting concept. I love how Bowser Jr. can help you paint certain spots in the walls to get power-ups. One thing I loved to do in this game was just ride Plessie around to each of the islands, and the theme that plays when you're on Plessie is so freaking good. I never expected Nintendo to go full metal when Fury Bowser appears, and I sometimes can't help but handbagging a little bit, Limo. And speaking of Fury Bowser, his design is sick! And he is used so very well to get to some certain cat shines. And all the areas are very well designed and give you an interesting challenges to get the cat shines. Overall, this game is a gosh dang masterpiece of a Mario game with Bowser's Fury and Super Mario 3D World. Now Mario, what would you like to add?
Take New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, change the environment, landscape, and worlds, make it 3D, and add different power-ups, and you get Super Mario 3D World. Where do I even start? First of all, the plot is not trying to save Peach, thank God for that. In fact, Peach is actually a playable character in the game, which is something very unique. On top of that, each playable character, that is Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, and Rosalina, has their own ability that is specific to them, which makes playing with multiple characters very interesting. To put it simply, if you want to use Peach to float through levels, or play as Toad to speedrun levels, you have that choice of variety. On another note, the addition of the cat suit is one of the best power-ups in the history of Mario games. You can climb up walls, do cat dives to get across certain areas, attack enemies, and you can easily get to the top of the flagpole on every single level in the game. It is, all in all, a very unique and easy to use power-up that makes gameplay significantly easy. Fast forward to when the game was released to the Switch, online play finally became a thing for the game. Not only can you play with some friends in the same room, but you can also play with friends from across the world if you want to. Just make sure you all have good internet though. I also love how they brought back the Super Mario 3D Land power-ups such as the Fire Flower, Tanuki Suit, and Boomerang Flower. Personally, the Tanuki Suit is a very fun item to have when playing alone. The whole storyline and level style throughout the game makes it one of the most interesting and enjoyable Mario games of all time. I would definitely rate this 10 out of 10.
Number 2, Super Mario Galaxy 2. I think you can already predict what number 1 is now, but what a number 2 this is! Super Mario Galaxy 2 was a game that Nintendo didn't think that they were going to make, but because of how much of a success Mario Galaxy was, they didn't really have a choice. The second game provides us with 49 galaxies to plan, and they made it so that there are at least 2 to 3 stars in every galaxy, as well as 2 to 3 green stars too. The star missions are just as enjoyable as they are in the first game, and I love to go through these galaxies and do almost everything the galaxy offers to you. The galaxies are really fun to speedrun too, since I did do a full 242 power star speedrun of MarioHCF after all. Some of the galaxies have bosses in them, and all the bosses in this game are stellar. Heck, they even returned 5 of the best Mario Galaxy bosses in Boss Blitz Galaxy and Big Bag Bugaboom in Puzzle Playing Galaxy. More on the galaxies, the Bowser and Bowser Jr. galaxies are done in such a perfect way. I love all the Bowser Jr. fights, especially Mega Hammer, and it was always fun to ground pound the golden balls into Bowser's face. And some of my favorite galaxies in this game include the following: Sky Station, Yoshi Star, Spin Dig, Fluffy Buff, Flip Swap, Right Side Down, Puzzle Plank, High Tails, Honey Bloom, Bowser's Lava Lair, Tall Trunk, Cloudy Court, Freezy Flake, Rolling Masterpiece, Bowser Jr.'s Fearsome Fleet, Supermassive, Slip Sand, Shiverburn, Upside Dizzy, Bowser Jr.'s Boombucker, Melty Monster, Throwback, Bowser's Galaxy Generator, Mario Squared, Rolling Coaster, Twisty Trials, Boss Blitz, and Grandmaster Galaxy. Then if you want to know some of our soundtracks to me and Mario's, I'll just have them popped up on the screen right now for you to go look at them. And I can't forget about the great power-ups in this game. By far the most enjoyable one that they had was the Cloud Flower. I can't tell you how much fun I enjoyed getting more distance on the jumps and using the clouds to completely do huge skips like in Shiverburn Galaxy and Cloudy Court Galaxy. Rock Mushroom can also be a fun one to use, especially in Melty Monster Galaxy with the humongous course you have to go on with the rock and everything. You guys know what I'm talking about if you played the game. And I also really like how they implemented the drill power up in galaxies that it was in too. It would also be a crime if I didn't mention how much I enjoyed getting to ride Yoshi. The Chili Pepper was by far one of the best of the free berries Yoshi can eat, mainly because of its great high-speed frills. The Blimp Berry and the Glow Berry do serve their purposes in the galaxy that they are in, but the Chili Pepper is implemented the best, especially in the Hightail Falls Galaxy. The last thing I would like to mention before Mario gives his insight is, of course, Grandmaster Galaxy. This galaxy holds a special place in my heart because it was the first ever super challenging Mario level that I did. I remember being in not alone. I had to have help for my little sister, and even still to this day, I don't struggle with that as much, but I always die a couple of times. This game really started the trend of very challenging Mario levels at the end of the game, and it was a great start to them. Super Mario Galaxy 2 absolutely excelled in so many ways, and it has left me multiple times with a journey through the stars I would never forget. Should have been in 3D All-Stars for sure. Alright Mario, what would you like to add?
Oh boy, you will all just have to bear with me when it comes to explaining this game because this is one of my favorite Mario games from my childhood. The adventure as a whole is incredible. You get to explore a whole new set of galaxies with a ton of new gimmicks and power-ups introduced in the game. The Cloud Flower, Spin Drill, and Rock Mushroom are incredible new additions that created new level styles for individuals to complete. The Cloud Flower allows us to make up 3 clouds that act as individual platforms with just the shake of Wii Remote. Spin Drill allows us to dig from one area to another through a patch of dirt, which makes levels like Spin Dig Galaxy very enjoyable to play. The Rock Mushroom permits us to roll around in a rock ball to crash into enemies, walls, or crystals, which is always fun to control and mess around with during the game. With all the new power-ups out of the way, let me talk about the story. Similar to most, if not all, Mario games, Peach is captured by Bowser, and Mario has to go and save him, but lo and behold, Bowser has taken all the Power Stars in order to become super gigantic, so Mario has to work his way through many galaxies. Like all games, these levels or galaxies range from being fun and easy to painful and difficult. But since I have played this game for more than 300 hours in my lifetime, I pretty much know that most of the galaxies are enjoyable and simple. Speaking of the galaxies, the music is fire! I still listen to most of the soundtrack even when I'm not playing the game. I may listen to the Mario Kart Wii soundtrack a lot, but it does not compare to Galaxy 2. Some of my favorite songs in the game are from Throwback Galaxy, Yoshi Star Galaxy, Spin Dig Galaxy, Puzzle Playing Galaxy, and many more. If I ever need something to listen to when I'm grinding something or doing some school stuff, I could just listen to the Super Mario Galaxy 2 soundtrack. It's that good. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that one of my favorite Mario characters is finally in the game. Yoshi! Yoshi has his own set of power-ups that makes the levels that he is in incredibly fun to complete. It is very surprising that Yoshi was not introduced in the first game, but that's besides the point. I'm very glad that he was introduced here because the gameplay with him is once again completely incredible. I also love how when you complete the main storyline of the game 100%, then you have to trail through every level again to see green stars. That way you can access the final and most difficult level of the game, the Grandmaster Galaxy. The Grandmaster Galaxy is an incredible way to end off the game, especially since it is very difficult and it incorporates many of the game's gimmicks, such as Yoshi, the Cloud Flower, flipping platforms, with fire music selections from the first and second game. All in all, this game rightfully deserves to be crowned the number 2 spot on this list, because it really is an amazing game to 100%. In other words, I'm rating this game 15 out of 10.
Before we get into our favorite Mario game of all time, we would like to do some honorable mentions. Super Mario 3D Land. This was a fun 3D adventure on the 3DS, but compared to Super Mario 3D World, it isn't as good in my opinion. I did have fun playing through it again on a plane ride back from my trip to Italy. The game had some nice stages, I loved the return to the Tanuki Leaf, and the final Bowser stage was done very well. And the game also gave me an insane challenge at the end known as 8S Crown. Overall, pretty solid 3D Mario game for the 3DS. Another solid game for the 3DS was Mario & Luigi's Dream Team. This game, just like Bowser's Inside Story, had an interesting and compelling story to it. The whole thing with Mario entering Luigi's dreams was so creative, and I loved doing those huge Luigi fights too. And I will never forget how annoying it was to defeat that zookeeper. Oh my gosh. And oh yeah, I can't forget that final Dream Bowser fight. Man, that was an intense and difficult battle. A great addition to the Mario & Luigi games, and we will all forever miss Alpha Dream. The Paper Mario game you don't hear many people talking about is Super Paper Mario. This is by far like one of the most unique and well put together like games of all time, especially like with the characters that were in the game. One of my favorite characters has to be Tippy. What a sweet little butterfly that was in love with Count Bleck, who is such a well put together character. Mimi is a sweet girl who turns into a flipping spider. Ojox just has a fun name to say. And it would be a shame if I didn't talk about Dementio. It was crazy how he freaking used Luigi for his master plan, and that was a twist I was not expecting. So much more I could say, but alas, I have to move on. My all-time favorite Mario Party game, Mario Party 8, needs an honorable mention. The boards in this game are so much fun to play on, especially Koopa Tycoon Town. The minigames are some of the most ingeniously designed ever, and they don't ever get old. The game also provides you with a pretty simple but good story, a shopping area with so much to choose from, and many other great features I can't I'll list out here right now. I had the funnest times getting to play this game again with my good friend Mark, and I will never mind going back and partying in this game again.
Mario Party 4 and 5 were the Mario Party games that I really liked. For Mario Party 4 being a GameCube game, the quality is very nice. Not only that, but the boards, items, and minigames are very unique. I also like how you can hold 3 items, which means that you can play strategy with some of your items, like a Gadlight, which allows you to avoid having something taken from Boo, or a swap card to exchange items with another individual. It is definitely a very underrated game. Mario Party 5 became the first game that introduced an entirely new gimmick at the time. Instead of items, you get capsules, and you can either use them on yourself, or you can place them on the board. Characters can land on them and something good will happen, or something punishing will happen. Sometimes you can't tell, and it really makes the otherwise luck-based game more interesting for each board. For me, it is also a very underrated Mario Party game, which should be played a lot more.
Finally, Super Mario 64 gets the last honorable mention. Me and Mario just recently played this together, and to be honest, we weren't the biggest fan of this game. Going blind into it, the stages can be rather confusing. Mario slides just everywhere way too much, and it's even worse on ice, mind you. And the graphics do look kinda ugly, but that's to be expected though, because of how old the game is. And even with its flaws, it does have some really fun Power Star missions, and when I got to the special power-ups that you get, I love getting to use them, especially the Metal Mario, since I got to ram into everything in my path with no mercy. Wish this game could be in the top 10, but me and Mario just didn't have the best of times playing this game. Number 1, Super Mario Galaxy. This game is what truly introduced me into this franchise. This game is what made me love this franchise. This game left me memories unparalleled to any other Mario game, and this game is both me and Mario's favorite Mario game of all time. Where the heck do I even start to begin to talking about this perfect masterpiece of a game? The story of this game sucks you in immediately, and it did it for me. I mean, like, how could you not, like, get sucked in with, like, a UFO and multiple airships lifting up Peach's castle into space? And then when that music kicks in when you're in Rosalina's home planet, oh, I get such chills. Rosalina is an incredible character, and it really shows for her storybook. I recently went back and read through it again, and I kid you not, I cry. With such a heart-wrenching story, with such smoothing music to back it up, Nintendo made me feel those emotions, man. And I love how she was able to have the Lumas as her new family and to be able to make the observatory that you play this game on. So ingenious how Nintendo told her story, and I love she got to like where she is today. Now, let's talk about the actual galaxies in this game. And oh my goodness, the amount of nostalgia that these galaxies give me is absolutely insanity. One that seriously does it for me anytime I play this game again is Good Egg Galaxy. The game also has a huge plethora of notable galaxies both me and Mario really like. Some of them include Good Egg, Honey Hive, Bowser Jr.'s Robot Reactor, Sweet Sweet, Rolling Green, Battle Rock, Bowser's Star Reactor, Beach Bull, Ghostly, Boil Base, Bowser Jr.'s Airship Armada, Gusty Garden, Dusty Dune, Freeze Flame, Bowser's Dark Matter Plant, Gold Leaf, Toy Time, Bonefin, Star Sand Spiral, Melty Molten, Rolling Gizmo, Loop-De-Swoop, Bowser's Galaxy Reactor, and Grand Finale Galaxy. Some notable ones I want to go a little bit further into are Ghostly, Gusty Garden, Freeze Flame, Toy Time, Rolling Gizmo, and Bowser's Galaxy Reactor. Gusty Galaxy I love for its incredible use of the pole stars with the Boo Race. Then, of course, it has the greatest boss fight of the whole game being Boulder Guys. That third level comic seriously gave me a run for my money back then. It shouldn't be too hard to figure out why Gusty Garden hits me so hard. It's because of this galaxy being like Nintendo's most iconic Mario soundtrack of all time. And I don't feel like many emotions from grand orchestrated pieces, but every time I hear this theme again, it's impossible for me not to get chills and sing along with it. The galaxy itself is also very enjoyable, especially with the major Bros fight at the end. Freeze Flame, I love it for its design and how it uses the ice and lava areas flawlessly. You also can't go wrong with the incredible Ice Flower and Fire Flower themes, and just using them in the galaxy too is so much fun. Toy Time is memorable because of 5 reasons: the music, the galaxy design, the Luigi's purple coins, the Mecha Bowser, and the fun Spring Mushroom power-up. Put that fun into quotation marks, by the way. Rolling Gizmo is my favorite use of the ball rolling and is definitely not a bad way to grind a lot of stars. The ball rolling music, oh my, that gets in my head so easily. Then finally, Bowser's Galaxy Reactor. I love how the insanely good stage design leads up to getting to Bowser. My favorite is the huge lava room with all the bullet bills. It's so visually appealing. And then the Bowser fight is the best Bowser fight of all time. He seriously gives his absolute all and is not gonna let you go easily. And when that music hits when you get into the final phase, the flipping chills, bro! The choir seriously did not mess around. The cutscene after this fight also doesn't back down from messing with my emotions, that's for sure. There's so many other great galaxies in this game that I could talk about for hours, but that's maybe for another video. And some final things before I finally hand it to Mario. The other features this game offers, like going through a level in a bubble, riding a ray and slinging yourself around with sticky trees, is so clever and I love it. The other power-ups I didn't mention are unique, and I love how they are used so well in the galaxy that they appear in. The breaks or comments are a great added challenge to the game and give a good reason to keep going back to the galaxies again. It's what I believe is what really got me into these galaxies, is since I got to experience them multiple times because of the prankster comments and other reasons to make you go back into the galaxy. And then finally, the game has so much great content to it that I don't even mind doing it all again as Luigi to unlock Grand Finale Galaxy. That galaxy really does a good job wrapping up any journeys I had playing this game again. No doubt, this will forever be my favorite Mario game of all time, and I am very curious to hear what you have to say, Mario.
When I first viewed my brother playing this game, I was a little skeptical, but the moments when I picked up the Wii Remote and Nunchuck and sat down to play, I immediately realized that this game was to die for. During the time of its release, this became the single most unique, original, and brilliant storyline for a 3D Mario game. Super Mario Galaxy takes place in space, where Bowser has taken all the Power Stars for, well, power. Mario has to journey through different planets or galaxies to recover every Power Star and fight against Bowser. More specifically, he needs to collect the stars to power up Rosalina's observatory in order to track down Bowser and save Peach. Speaking of Rosalina, such an amazing character. With the duty of watching over and protecting the cosmos, she has an amazing background that is too long to get into and would probably take most of the video to try and explain. If you've played the game, you can unlock stories that Rosalina tells, and it explains some of her background, which is pretty cool if you want a break from venturing through galaxies. The game as a whole is pretty amazing. Many of the galaxies are fun to play, and like I explained for Galaxy 2, some of the galaxies can be difficult, yet some are simple. Not only this, but the soundtrack for this game is amazing. Galaxies like Battle Rock, Good Egg, Beach Bowl, Ghostly, Melty Molten, Gusty Garden, Buoy Base, Freeze Flame, and many others have such amazing music that I would listen to on a daily basis, even to this day. I think I've spent about 400 hours of my life playing this game, and it is time well spent. Another thing, unlike Super Mario Sunshine or Super Mario 64, Super Mario Galaxy unleashed a new gimmick, spinning. Just by shaking your Wii remote, you can do spin jumps or punch crystals, which is pretty different compared to Super Mario 64's bad controls and Mario Sunshine's FLUDD. Although you have to go through the tedious task of playing the game twice, you will fortunately be able to play through the very last level of the game. Of course, I am talking about the Grand Finale Galaxy, which is not really a galaxy per se. This galaxy is the Star Festival that you were supposed to celebrate at the beginning of the game, before Peach was captured, and now you get to celebrate it as a reward for completing the game twice, once as Mario and another as Luigi. It may just be one level, but it is a very memorable level because it is by far the easiest purple coin mission that will ever be done. On top of that, you get a picture of Mario or Luigi as a memory of your accomplishments. I would argue that having an easy galaxy like this would be a better way to end the game rather than having a more difficult level like in Super Mario Galaxy 2, but that's just my opinion. Like I said before, this game is worth the time to complete and 100%, which is why I'm saying that this game is a 20 out of 10. It's that good of a Mario game.
And that's our list. We really had a lot of fun putting this together for you guys, and like we said in the intro, this is our opinion, and you are very likely not going to agree with our picks, so both of us recommend that you tell us your top 10 favorite Mario games in the comments below.
We would be very interested to see what Mario games really meant a lot to you and why. Just remember, if I see any judging of lists, I will find you.
Thank you, Mario, for taking your time to do this with me, and thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll be seeing you guys later in the next awesome video here on the LuigiStriker's channel. Bye-bye!